Hey everyone, the Game Piece here, and welcome to another competitive analysis for TEMTEM. This is the series where I go over certain builds for specific TEMTEM, how to use them, and what you should know. Today we're going to be going over Gazuma, so let's get into it everyone. Gazuma is one of the only electric types in the game right now, with a dual typing of electric and wind typing. It will evolve from Genki after leveling up 27 times. Gazuma is going to be excellent at dealing with water and wind type TEMTEM, but it's going to have a very hard time dealing with all of the crystal type TEMTEM available right now. As far as Gazuma's stats go, it does have very high special defense, very high special attack, but the rest of its stats are fairly lackluster, only hovering around the 50 to 60 range. The major downfall of running Gazuma is its defenses. If it takes any sort of crystal move that is physical, it is going to get absolutely destroyed. However, I do think Gazuma does have a spot in the current metagame, so let's go over some various options that Gazuma has at its disposal. Gazuma can have one of two traits, the first one being Receptive, which when receiving a favorable status condition such as Vigorized or Regenerate, it will increase its turns by 1. The other trait that it's capable of having is Fast Charge, which when a digital ally enters the battlefield, it will gain 2 speed. Now there is no digital TEMTEM in the game for you to use at the moment, so you're going to want to go with the Receptive trait every single time. Gazuma is one of the only TEMTEM in the game that's capable of learning the move Sparks, which is a move that will boost the special attack of the TEMTEM targeted by 1 stage. This move is unique as it's the only boosting move for special attack that you can target other TEMTEM with. Meaning if you want to run Gazuma as a support option, you can Sparks your ally, increasing the special attack of it. The other notable moves that Gazuma has that I would like to go over are Electric Storm, which is a 1-hold electric type move with 76 base damage. Electric Storm is able to hit both TEMTEMs on the opposing side of the field, making this an excellent option for dealing significant damage to opposing wind or water types. And the last move I'd like to cover for Gazuma is a move called Turbocharge. Now Turbocharge does have 1 hold on it, but it has very high priority, meaning this is going to be moving at 1.75 times Gazuma's speed. Turbocharge is a move that lowers the hold level for your entire ally side of the field, meaning that if you want to switch in a TEMTEM, for instance like Volcrane that has 3 hold moves, you can switch it in, get the hold off, and then use Turbocharge to utilize the 3 hold move right away upon the switch. I for one think this is an excellent strategy to utilize if you're playing around using some higher holding moves. So what TEMTEM should you pair up with Gazuma? Well, I think that one of the better options to pair up with Gazuma is Volarend. Being able to use Sparks to boost the special attack of Volarend and access to Turbo Choreography will allow it to boost the speed further of your Volarend along with its special attack and pull off very strong hyperkinetic strikes. TEMTEM to look out for when using Gazuma are going to include many of the prominent crystal threats right now, things like Gialis, Valash, Zenareth. Even Mix is something that you're going to have to be aware of. Now Gazuma is going to be taking special attacks better than the defensive ones, but that doesn't mean it's going to want to take any sort of crystal attack. I'd recommend having a counter like Volcrane in the back or another fire type to be able to deal with any sort of crystal threats. Alright, now let's get into a moveset that I've come up with for Gazuma. Gazuma kind of suffers from having a smaller move pool, however there are a couple other options that you can do to change out in this moveset, but this I think is one of the better options that Gazuma is capable of running at this point in time. The trait is of course Receptive, as Fast Charge will not be of any use to you right now due to having no access to digital types. Sparks is on it so it can apply special attack buffs to itself or an ally. Electric Storm is going to be able to put significant electric damage onto the opposing side of the field. Turbocharge is to remove any high hold cost moves. If you want to, like I said, switch in a TEMTEM that has a high hold move which will decrease one of its holds and then further decrease a hold with Turbocharge, you're able to pull off a 3 hold move on the turn 1 switch. And then of course I have Turbo Choreography on it. Turbo Choreography of course boosting the speed overall of the opposing TEMTEM that you have with it on your side of the field. This is going to be excellent to pair with things like Volarend or any other wind type like Tuvine. This is an optimized TV build for level 48 for Gazuma. For this moveset, I've decided to maximize HP and defense to kind of offset the lower defense value that Gazuma has naturally, and then I also decided to put the rest of the points in special attack and special defense in order to get 1 extra point out of those each. The item that I have on Gazuma is the Rock Shield to be able to take any unfortunate crystal attack a bit better, and that is exactly why I have a more defensive Gazuma built as well. This Gazuma is built as a fairly good support TEMTEM if you want to bring it in and, like I said, boost up your own Volarend and speed it up to be able to fire off super strong hyperkinetic strikes. That's an option for you, but overall I think Gazuma does have a place in the metagame. With Gazuma, I think you need to be very aware of the opposing team and if they have any crystal types and how you exactly are going to deal with those. On the grand scheme of things, I'm going to be placing Gazuma on the C tier of our ranking tier list. Gazuma unfortunately suffers from that major crystal weakness weakness right now with a bunch of the major threats in the metagame being crystal type. It doesn't really lend well to using Gazuma. However, if you can play around the crystal threat, you do have an option of bringing with you the best electric Temtem in the game. But that does it for this competitive analysis video on Gazuma. Overall, I do really like Gazuma, and I think that you shouldn't count it out as a valuable option for being able to deal with the prominent wind threat that we have in the game. But if you have any further questions or suggestions on Gazuma, be sure to let me know, as well as let me know what Temtem you'd like to see me cover next. I hope you liked the video, and be sure to leave a like if you did, and subscribe for more Temtem guides and content like this in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.